Professional Finance Literacy, Chapter 7, Bargain Shopping. 66% of teens say they know how to shop for the best deal when making a purchase. 77% of teens consider themselves super savers as opposed to big spenders. Even if you're not a spender by nature, finding a great bargain on something you really want will send a rush down your spine. It's just plain fun to find a deal. However, if you want to find the absolute best bargains, you'll need to do 3 things: learn how to negotiate, have patience, and know where to find great deals. Now let the fun and games begin. Before you begin, let's get to know our key terms and learn the language of money. Auction. A public sale in which property or items of merchandise are sold to the highest bidder. Consignment shop. Retail store where people sell items and the owner of the shop gets a percentage of the sale. Cost-benefit analysis. The process of quantifying costs and benefits of a decision. Estate sale. Type of yard sale with more items, usually the entire contents of a household. Foreclosure. Process by which the holder of a mortgage sells the property of a homeowner who has not made interest and/or principal payments on time as stipulated in the mortgage contract. Integrity. Having to do with a person's honesty and moral attributes. Markup. The difference between the wholesale price and retail price. Negotiate. To bargain for a lower price. Walk-away power. The ability to walk away from a purchase when negotiating. Measure your progress. Before watching the video, read each statement below and mark whether you agree or disagree in the before column. Then, after watching the video, do it again using the after column to see if you've changed your mind on any statement. Number 1. Most of the items at a pawn shop are stolen. Number 2. Learning to be quiet is actually a powerful tool in negotiation. Number 3. A seller who senses that you are attached to an item will be less likely to negotiate a deal. Number 4. In certain circumstances, it's okay to stretch the truth to get a bargain. Number 5. Most countries, except for the US, use negotiating as a way of life. Time to journal. Journal question, introduction. Explain the best deal you've ever negotiated. This could be 5-year-old you trying to get a new bike or 15-year-old you trying to get your license in a new car. It's up to you. Section 1. Bargain shopping. Part of a healthy financial plan. It's okay to want a better deal. This is going to be a fun lesson. It's about how to buy stuff and get the best possible bargain. When you get a good deal the right way, everyone wins. You get what you want, and the seller gets your money, which is about what he wants. You both feel good about it. Does negotiating with someone sound strange? Americans are horrible at it. You need to think globally. Practically everywhere outside the US, a negotiation is a way of life. If you've ever traveled outside the US, you've seen it. Bottom line, it's okay to want a better deal. In fact, saving money should be a part of your healthy financial plan. It's not immoral to want to save more of your hard-earned money. You're not hurting the other party as long as you follow some basic principles of negotiating. It's proper to get a great deal if you 1. Have in no way misrepresented the truth. 2. Have not set out to harm the other person. 3. Have created a win-win deal. The first key to opening the door to huge bargains is learning to negotiate everything. Everything is negotiable. Make getting a bargain a way of life. Win-win deals really work, so don't be afraid to ask for the deal. If you gather information from the people you are dealing with, you both can get 100% of what you want. Then there's no harm done to either party, making it a win-win scenario. Discussion question number 1. How can shopping for bargains help you to win with money? Discussion question number 2. How do you show integrity in negotiating a deal? Discussion question number 3. What is the first key to getting a huge bargain? Journal time. Why do you think it's so uncommon for people in our culture to negotiate? The benefits of being a wise consumer. Being a wise consumer involves developing a variety of skills, from product research to careful comparative analysis. The benefits are not just cost-related. Wise consumers also enjoy improved health and the knowledge that they have made a positive impact on the larger social and even global environment. Using a cost-benefit analysis approach to your buying decisions will make you a wise consumer. Let's look at some examples of being a wise consumer. Home economics. Making the right choices as a consumer will usually yield savings. Follow the bargain shopping tips in this chapter for great savings. Health. Making informed decisions about what foods to buy will promote your physical health. Society. Your choices as a consumer have an impact on the larger social and even global environment and economy. Decisions like whether to buy a product manufactured overseas or pay more to support your local business community are things to consider. Section 2. The 7 basic rules of negotiating. Negotiate with integrity. Getting a great deal doesn't happen by accident, nor does it always happen just because you bothered to ask. Remember, this is a negotiation, and that means it's a conversation with give and take. Here are what we call the lucky 7 rules that can help you make the most of every single negotiation. Number 1. When negotiating, always tell the absolute truth. Not telling something you know to be true is also lying. Journal time. Explain why it's not necessary to purchase product replacement warranties. Number 2. Use the power of cash. The use of cash is becoming less and less common, but if you walk into a store fanning yourself with a handful of bills, you'll get some attention and increase your power of negotiation. Here's why. Cash is emotional. Cash is visual. Cash has immediacy. Number 3. Understand and use walkaway power. If you're not prepared to walk away from the purchase, you will lose your ability to negotiate. Don't get emotionally attached to the item. Discussion question number 1. Explain how using cash can increase your power of negotiation. Discussion question number 2. How can you use walkaway power in your negotiation? Journal time. Explain how you can get a better deal on something using cash rather than credit. Money facts. Making unreasonable offers when negotiating. One of the quickest ways to end a negotiation is to make a ridiculous offer. It shows the seller that you aren't serious about buying and you think they're stupid. You're saying, "Hey idiot, you obviously have no concept of the cost of physical objects that exist on Earth. But tell you what, I'll humor you and offer you 40% of your asking price. You're welcome, fool." How do you know if you're making an unreasonable offer? Put yourself in their shoes. Would you take $20 for a mountain bike that's worth $200? Would you take a quarter for a gaming system that's priced at $60 at a garage sale? The same can be said for a seller who prices an item for a ridiculous asking price. You want how much for that gaming system? Know how to score a good deal continued. Number 4, shut up. Don't talk too much. If you're trying to buy something, it's not your job to come up with a good price. Make the seller work for your business. 5, that's not good enough. When the person trying to make the sale gives the price, just look him in the eye and say those words. Then be silent. At that point, it's up to him to change the deal. The good guy, bad guy technique is a negotiating tool that you should be aware of. When negotiating with a salesperson, don't fall for this. Neutralize the situation by going around the salesperson. Communicate directly with the supervisor who has the authority to negotiate the deal. Number 7, use the if I take away technique. You use this one near the end of the deal, after you've pretty much figured out the lowest price possible. The point is to agree to a price, but then throw something else into the deal. For example, okay, if I take the car for that price, you've got to throw in some new wipers and floor mats. Journal time. Explain why silence is powerful when negotiating a deal. Discussion question number 1. Why is it important to know when to stop talking when negotiating a good deal? Discussion question number 2. Explain how the if I take away technique works. What are the most common types of consumer fraud? Based on a survey by the Federal Trade Commission, the most common types of consumer fraud are bogus weight loss products, non-existent foreign lotteries, unauthorized buyer club enrollments, dishonest prize promotions, and fraudulent work-at-home programs. The Lucky 7 rules can get you incredible deals on the stuff you buy every day, but they only work if you actually use them. Have some fun with them and enjoy the process. If you're patient, willing to negotiate, and educated about what items are on sale during certain seasons, you'll be saving big before you know it. The second key to getting huge bargains. The second key to opening the door to huge bargains is having patience. Our collective consumer lack of patience always makes headlines whenever a hot new tech gadget comes out, doesn't it? Those who buy the moment something new hits the market will always pay the highest price. Save some money, be patient. Don't get married to a purchase. Being emotionally attached to a purchase will always cost you more money. Think about those $50 concert t-shirts. Interested in inquiry? Research current types of consumer fraud, including online scams. The third key to getting huge bargains. The third key to opening the door to huge bargains is knowing where to find deals. Finding great buys is like a treasure hunt. The more you sniff out bargains, the better you'll be at it. Remember, really good deals aren't necessarily found underneath a giant banner that reads, "Sale." Don't fall for a lower price that's still not a good price. Journal time. Why is bargain shopping an important part of a healthy financial plan? Discussion question. What are the 3 keys for getting bargains? Discussion question number 2. Where have you had the most success at finding great deals? Section 3. Places to find great deals. Another thing you can do is trade something of value, either goods or just your services. When it comes to specific places to find great deals, we can give you some ideas, but remember, the trick is to be a little creative. There really isn't a one-size-fits-all spot to find good deals, so you'll have to learn the basics and then apply them to your own location. Where to find great deals. First, individuals. Typically, private sellers aren't trying to make a sale for profit. They're just trying to get some money out of the stuff they don't need or want anymore. Also, they're usually motivated and willing to negotiate for a lower price because the stuff is in their way. This makes for a win-win situation. 2. Estate sales and public auctions. You can find great deals at these places, but you have to be careful. It's easy to get excited and end up paying more than retail for things. It's best to be prepared. Before bidding at an auction, you should know exactly what you're bidding on, how much it's worth, and what you're willing to pay. Then, don't go past the line. 3. Couponing. The trick to coupons is to only use them on items you need to buy. Money skills. How to research a product before buying it. 1. Review the options. If you already know what brand of product you want to buy, then you can skip this step. But if you're unsure of what brand, make, or model to buy, you should begin by researching the field of options. Ask friends and consult industry publications. 2. Read up. Once you've narrowed it down to a few choices, go to the website of the manufacturer or the website of the locations selling it and read up. 3. Reviews. Look up product reviews. Be sure to read a variety of reviews, not just the really positive or really negative reviews. 4. Where to buy. While you can buy directly from the manufacturer, it may be cheaper to buy a used model from a reliable source or from another website or company. If you're buying it used, be sure to research the reliability of the seller. Source: shopcircle.com. Where to find great deals continued. Number 4, garage sales. You can always find good deals at garage sales. 5, the repo lot. You can get good deals on cars. Again, you need to do your homework to know what you're buying and what it's worth. You also need to be willing to compromise on things like the color of the car. 6, flea market. This is one of the best places to hone your bargain buying skills. 7, refunds and rebates. Always follow up with refunds or rebates on purchases. Those dollars can add up. 8, foreclosures. Avoid foreclosure sales until you are really educated on the process, but you can find good deals on foreclosed homes. 9, pawn shops. These items are cleared with the police department and are highly regulated. Pawn shops are great places to buy things. Discussion number 1. What is typically the motive of private sellers? Discussion question number 2. What are some ways that you can make your money go farther? Discussion question number 3. What are some alternatives to shopping at a typical store? Number 10. Online auctions. While there is a possibility of getting burned, it's also possible to find great deals. 11. Classified ads. These will link you to individual sellers. You can also do this online with websites like Craigslist. 12. Consignment sales. You can either buy at a discount or sell your used items through consignment. 13. Conventions. Vendors at conventions and trade shows are virtually willing to give their stuff away because they don't want to pack it up and take it back home. Okay, journal time. Have you ever used social media to get a great deal on something? How to help stretch your hard-earned money. 1. Keep your eye on the calendar. If you buy your winter clothes in the summer and your summer clothes in the winter, you can literally save hundreds. Even if you buy a car or house during the off seasons, you can save big. That whole supply and demand thing really is true. 2. Get outdated technology. Be willing to buy last year's models of TVs, computers, and digital cameras, and you can save tons. Chances are the bells and whistles added to the latest versions aren't worth the extra money. 3. Comparison shop. You may always shop at one particular store, but venture out to find bargains at stores you may have never visited before. Discount stores and secondhand shops are fantastic places to find deals. You can even hop online to find sites that compare products and stores to help you find the best value. 4. Make a deal. Don't be afraid to negotiate for a lower price. If you're shopping with cash, your chances of making a sweet deal are a lot better. 5. Buy off brands when possible. Don't be married to a label. If the product serves the purpose and has comparable quality, save some money by buying a less popular brand. Build on what you've learned. It's time to review the Lucky 7 rules of negotiation. Fill in the graphic organizer below. Big ideas. The following big ideas are intended to provide clear focus and purpose to the lessons. Read each statement and think about how what you've learned will affect your current and future decisions. Then, in the space provided, write an I believe statement for each of the big ideas. It's okay to negotiate. When negotiating, be patient and honest. Be a wise consumer. I am not a label snob and have learned that the thrill of shopping can be just as great, if not more so, when you find a bargain. Sophie Kinsella. If you can't brag about the deal you got, you probably paid too much. Said by yours truly, Jennifer Orbitelli Gurney.